Hi, everybody. It's Sally. I am here to talk to you a little bit about fiber. So, if you are my client, you know this spiel and you can probably skip straight to the quiz, but hey, then you'd miss me telling you about it again. So, let's just dive in here. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about why fiber is important. So, what is it? It's a type of carbohydrate. It's found in plants, grains, legumes, and it really can't be digested by the human body. And both soluble and insoluble fiber play an important role in your gut health and your disease risks. And sometimes you would tend to think like, well, if it doesn't get digested, then it's really not important. But actually, it's quite the opposite. We need fiber for a variety of reasons in our body, and I'm going to go into kind of what some of those are as we go through this. But first of all, how much do you need? Well, you need about 25 to 30 if you're female, and about 30 to 35 if you're male. But the problem in America is that we rarely get enough fiber. Our average intake is about 15 grams a day. So we're just, overall as a society pretty low on our fiber. So can I just take a supplement and be done with it? Well, you can take a supplement and that will definitely help. But I'm not a big fan of it, and the reason is a couple reasons. One is that it's not food, so you don't really get all the benefits of all of the additional nutrition that's in the foods that contain fiber, like your vitamins and your minerals and some of those things. So, you might get a little bit of that in a supplement, but you really need all of those pieces and parts to kind of make your insides healthy. The other main reason why I'm not a big fan of supplements for fiber is because it doesn't take up space in your calories or in your stomach or in your diet. So that leaves more space and more to the point hunger that makes it easier to eat junk. So my favorite thing about fiber is actually that it tends to kind of crowd out the other food that you shouldn't or don't want to be eating. And I have told my clients this, but I really do think if you can hit your protein goal and you can hit your fiber goal, you're not going to have a lot of room for anything else. You're not going to have a lot of desire to eat the junk or to want to, sit down with a bag of Doritos or that kind of thing. So I really do feel like it helps for a variety of reasons, which we're going to talk about. I know we're all here to make sure that we get our protein in, so we will talk about that in a little bit too. Okay, why do you care? Why is it important? Well, we know that it helps you poop, and I'm not going to talk really a whole lot about that. Heidi and Amy did a mic drop video on that a few challenges ago. I'm not going to try to compete with that, but there's a whole lot more to the fiber story, so let's talk about it. Hold on though. Why are we here? Why do we care? Why do we work out? Why is fitness so important to us? Well, we all have different reasons, and I'm not going to pretend that this list is exhaustive, but fiber is an important part of almost all of the reasons why we work out. So a lot of us work out for appearance, and fiber can help with that. Fiber is really good for weight loss. It, in particular, fat loss. It provides satiety. It kind of acts like protein in that it can regulate your blood sugar and increases your insulin sensitivity, which is a good thing. What about muscle gain? Yeah, it's good for that too. It helps with nutrient absorption. So if you eat a lot of fiber, it sticks around in your stomach longer and it helps your body absorb and increases muscle protein synthesis. So you can ask me if you want the study numbers from the NIH. I can provide those for you. But it also has been shown in several studies very to actually prevent the decline of age-related skeletal muscle loss. So it's got a lot of really good things going for it from an appearance perspective. Why else are we here? Well, I'm going to put these three together: mood and mental health, stress, and cognitive function. So these three things are actually kind of related, because what fiber does is it acts as a prebiotic in your gut, which helps the probiotics eat. So it reduces inflammation, and it has been shown to reduce anxiety, depression. It stabilizes the healthy bacteria in your gut, which just gives your overall gut a healthy status, which can also reduce some of the mood imbalances. And also, I don't know if you guys know this, but most of the serotonin in your body is actually in your gut. It's not in your brain. There is some in your brain, but most of it is in your gut. And that microbiotic health in your gut. It alters your nutrient availability. It helps to feed your body. It helps to regulate a lot of functions in our bodies. Okay, we also maybe want to fight aging, right? None of us are, like myself included, the effects of aging and sometimes some of the things that we find with that. Well, fiber actually has been shown to increase your lifespan. It decreases your risk for a lot of chronic conditions. The nutrient density that you find in foods are actually some of the things that help get the body rid of toxins and help your insides to be healthier, as I've said before. Sleep. We all want to sleep better. We all know we need to sleep better. Fiber increases our insulin sensitivity, as I mentioned earlier, which is a good thing for controlling your blood sugar. This is actually kind of part of why we can enjoy better sleep if we increase our fiber intake. And of course, it all centers around our overall health. So again, I mentioned that fiber provides or acts as a prebiotic in your gut, so your insides are healthier. Some of the things that it does for your health, just some of the things, like I couldn't list them all, but as it relates to your heart, it decreases your risk of heart disease. It decreases your LDL cholesterol and your overall cholesterol. It decreases the plaque buildup. It increases your immune system functions. It reduces your risk of stroke, heart attack, and cancer. It prevents or helps to maintain diabetes because of the slow carb digestion. There's just so many things that it does that are good for us. So what do we eat then? What are we supposed to eat? So we have a bunch of high protein, high fiber food examples. So I know we're all focused in on protein. So I'm focusing my examples here on high protein, high fiber, but there's also plenty of other things that have high fiber in them. So the one thing I do want to be very clear on, though, is you have to drink your water. If you go high fiber, which, by the way, I recommend kind of ramping in, maybe increase by like 5 grams a day over the course of a week or so, make sure you either maintain or increase the amount of water that you're drinking, or you will be pretty miserable pretty fast. Anyway, I'm not going to go through all of these. I'll make sure they're posted so you guys can see them and you're not just relying on my little fast list here. But continued, a whole bunch of other things, other sources of fiber. So my clients, and some of you have seen this list, I have it posted in the files section of the Facebook group. But just some sources of fiber that you can get if you're not as concerned with, controlling your carbs and that kind of thing. Keep in mind too that when you do eat fiber that has carbs, it's net carbs, so that's how they subtract out the fiber. So, keep that in mind as if you're counting carbs or trying to maintain low carb. But here are some sort of other sources of fiber. One of my favorites is raspberries, which I don't even have on here, but those are good. Those are good for fiber. If you use MyFitnessPal, just type in foods and see what the fiber is. You have to go to it's not a macronutrient. You have to go to the nutrients tab to see it. So ask your coach if you need help with that. But there's just a lot of different things that I've been trying to incorporate. I'm eating more avocados now, just because they do have that good fat in them. They have fiber. They have, just a lot of good nutrition in them. And then, find some creative ways to maybe eat some of these other foods that maybe you haven't tried in a while. See if there's some ways that you can make it that you'll enjoy. It's simple, not easy, but simple. Eat your protein, eat your fiber, drink your water. Hopefully this was helpful for you. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to any of us. Thanks. Have a great day.